So recently I did a little poll on my community tab and I asked you all how comfortable you are with reading on the guitar. And the answers I got were kind of even throughout the spectrum actually. 19% of people say they read well, 19% of people say they're an okay reader, 38% of people say they can read but it takes forever, 25% of people say they don't read at all. Now, as someone who makes educational content primarily on the guitar, it's sort of my prerogative to know how people are receiving the information, and if I'm doing a bad job of delivering information, I need to know so I can fix it. And one of the big philosophies of this channel is that I want to make music accessible because, as we all know, there's tons of barriers to entry of music, and I aim to break that down. So in thinking about all this stuff, I thought I'd decide to talk about it openly with everyone who watches these videos. Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Nick. If you're new here, I'm a Brooklyn-based musician, and today we're going to be talking about, is it worth it to read sheet music as a guitarist? So let's just jump right in with a cons list. Everyone likes to list the cons, right? So the first con is that the guitar is a nightmare to read on. On a regular 6-string guitar that's in standard tuning, we have 5 different middle Cs. One here, 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 here. Because of that, when we're reading a simple melody like we can play it like that, or we can play like this. Or we can even play it like this. Tons of different ways it's really difficult to read. And even when we do finally read the sheet music, if we're reading something written by another guitar player, we don't know the exact fingerings they're using, so it's like really hard to get exactly the intention of the composer while reading the sheet music, at least for guitar players. In place, most guitar players use tabs, and that's how I started learning guitar, but one pitfall of that is that you don't always get the rhythms, and you also don't know exactly what you're playing. Now, the tabs are really intuitive and they show you exactly where to place things on the guitar and gives you almost precise fingerings. There's no indication of rhythm and there's no indication of what you're actually playing. So if you're playing a melody over some chords, you're not going to know the intervallic relationship between that, or you're not going to know the note names in relation to each other. So to me, that's kind of an issue because as an improviser and a composer, I need to know sort of what's going on, especially when I'm learning other people's music, so I can take what I like and translate that into my own music. And another con of reading sheet music is that a lot of rock musicians or other guitar players don't really read music. And for me, the sheet music, what it does is that it gives you a sense of how to deliver information to other people, and if you can't really communicate with other people through sheet music, then it's not really going to help you out. But now I'm going to go on to the pros list. So if you know how to read sheet music, you can read all sorts of things. You can read Bach's sonatas and partitas for violin, which helped me out tremendously. You could read the Bach Conventions, you could read the Bartók Microcosmos book, you could read Uhl's clarinet etudes. There's so much available to you, and from different instruments. So you're not really bound to the guitar anymore. You could read real books and you can play on jazz standards. And to me, that's one of the biggest things, is being able to absorb all this information no matter how it's being presented to you. Another thing that reading music has really helped me with is learning all the notes on the guitar fretboard. Because it's one thing to slowly map out all the guitar out of context, but it's another thing to have to do it in real time and figure out how to play these notes and rhythms and articulations and all this stuff at the same time, which kind of forces you to get to a certain level of fretboard recognition, which has helped me out a lot. And it's also helped me a lot with recognizing intervallic things. So like, for example, when I'm playing, if I'm playing this chord, I know that I'm playing a C minor 9 with a C, E flat, B flat, and then a D on the top, which is a root, minor 3rd, minor 7th, and then the 9th. Then, for example, I can sort of switch the voicings. I can play C, D, B flat, and E flat. Instead of playing this E flat down here, I can make it a D, and make this D up here go to E flat, and get this voicing instead. So we have this motion. Or if I'm playing this simple E major chord, we have E, B, E, G sharp, B, E, which is root, 5th, root, major 3rd, 5th, and root again. And so for mostly those reasons, the theoretical reasons and translating messages to other people, and which helps me open my creativity, you know, it helps me manipulate the certain things. I think it's worth it to learn how to read sheet music, and it's definitely helped me a lot in my musical life. If you're looking for a better way to navigate the fretboard, I actually made this video some time ago on how to learn the fretboard using scales, which has helped me a lot. I gave this to all my students. But anyway, that's about all I have for you today. So thank you so much for sticking around. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope this has helped you out. If it has, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.